In this video, I'm going to show you how you can do your basic tax return in 30 minutes or less. Yes, I
Wow.
said it, 30 minutes or less. Why give up or spend up to $200 on a basic personal tax return when you could do it for free? I provided you a list of basic information that you'll need to know while completing your tax return. Pause the video here so that you can answer these questions before you begin. This is a tax filing video for Canadians only. My name is Dean the Wealth Coach, and let's begin. We will be using the TurboTax online software to complete the tax return. They do provide paid services that I'll explain throughout the video while we're going through the process. First thing you're going to want to do is create an account. So you're going to create a username, you're going to put in a password, your email, and your phone number. Once that's done, you're going to come to a screen that looks like this that says Welcome to TurboTax. Click Let's Go. All right, so once you're inside, you're going to see a screen like this that says click all these that apply. Did you have a job? Do you have any student loans? Are you on unemployment benefits? Do you have a RSP? You just go through them, choose the ones that apply to you. Scroll down to the bottom and then hit continue. In this section here, you could either choose to do it on your own, somebody assist you, or you can get TurboTax to do it all for you. The choice is up to you at this point. So you haven't logged off, so we're going to continue doing it ourselves. So hit the continue button. As I mentioned previously, they do have paid services that you can use. So you could either choose one of the three options. Do it for free, ask or get expert help as you go along, or they'll do it for you. So the prices are there as you've seen, $39 and $69. TurboTax will ask you how you did your taxes last year. Click the one that applies to you. If you have used TurboTax before, click the first option, then hit continue. Then it'll ask you who's preparing your return. If you're doing it, someone else is doing it for you, or your spouse. Whatever the answer is, fill it in right there. All right, this is the part where TurboTax gets all up in your business and wants to know everything about you. So follow the prompts as you go along. I'm trying to make this as fun as possible. We all know tax is boring, so bear with me. So put your first name, your last name. If you use your middle name on your tax return, then I would definitely suggest putting it there. Once complete, hit continue. Next, fill out your marital status. If you are married or common law, it will ask questions about your spouse and you will need to have some basic information to fill out their piece on your tax return. Same thing for separation or widowed in that year. You will need to have the dates for those. If your marital status hasn't changed, just click no and press continue. Fill out which province you lived in at December 31st, 2022. For example, if you were in Alberta December 31st, but now are in Quebec, you will file for Alberta, not Quebec. If you didn't move, select no and hit continue. Did you move away? If no, then select no and click continue. The next question that they're going to ask, if you're a Canadian citizen, you select yes or no, whatever applies to you. Next, do you authorize CRA to share your information with Election Canada? Next is, do you want to share your information for the government of Ontario to be an organ donor? Totally up to you. Do you have any income tax that is exempt from tax under the Indian Act? Next question is, are you filing for the first time with the CRA? Finally, do you have any prior year tax returns that you need to do? If not, just hit no and then select continue. Now you'll need to fill out your mailing address. Is your mailing address outside of Canada? If yes, then select yes. If not, put no. Then you put your address, your street number, apartment, unit, PO box, rural city, province, and postal code. If you live at your current mailing address, then click the box below. Here, put your email address, your phone number, and the language that you speak, and answer if you change mailing address within the year. The next question is dependents. So that is anyone that you support financially, not your spouse or partner. So that could be kids, your parents, someone that you're taking care of. If you're unsure, click where it says, I'm not sure if I have dependents. Click that and it will help you along. If no dependents, click continue and let's move along. In this section here, they're asking for your personal information again. So now they want your SIN and your date of birth. Before you just gave them your name. So now you're going to enter the rest of this information. When you hit continue, it will give you your personal summary info. Go through the information, make sure everything is correct before moving along. On the next page, it will tell you what's new for the tax year. Pause the video here and see if anything on this page applies to you. It's something that you should go through. Once complete, hit continue. Now we answered all the questions. Now let the fun begin. Hit continue. They want to know what happened in 2022, so we're going to answer each question. This helps speed up the process when processing your return. Did you work? If yes, a drop down menu is going to come and you select everything that applies. So this was going back to that list that I asked you about if you worked. So you should have your T4s ready and you need to click everything that has applied to you. If you are employed, hit the employed and a drop down menu will come. Any of these that you have, make sure that you select them. If you have any employee related expenses, click yes. If not, leave it as or put no. At the bottom, it says, do you have any other income? If none, put no. Next question is asking if you had any split income. If it doesn't apply to you, just hit no. In this section, they're asking about your registered retirement funds and your investments. Did you contribute anything to your RSP? Then you would fill it out here. Did you withdraw money from your RSP? Then you would also fill it out here. Or if you have a home buyer's plan and you're paying it back, then that's another question that you must answer as well. The last question that they ask, if you have any investment income. If none, just select no and hit continue. And you thought they were done asking questions. Haha, nope. Now they're asking if you're a student in the year. Do you have any property other than your principal residence? If you moved, and if you have any foreign property. Only a few more questions, just hang in there. So now it's going to ask about your losses. Did you dispose of any property? Any eligible expenses for home accessibility tax credit? Go through the list of deductions and credits and select any that apply to you. If you're unsure, what you can do is click any of the words that are highlighted blue and it will open up a definitions box for you to give you more clarification on the thing that you're trying to answer. Or you can hit not sure, guide me. Now that we answered all the questions, now we just go through our tax profile summary. If everything's correct, then we can move along and start processing our tax return.
Is your credit score trash? Are you tired of collection agencies calling you? Are you tired of being denied bank loans and credit cards? Well, then you're in luck. I have created an ebook that will help you repair, maintain, and leverage your credit. Don't even consider filing bankruptcy before reading this book. If you struggle with fixing your credit, then this book is for you. If you struggle with increasing your credit score, then this book is for you. If you are unsure on how to leverage your credit, then this book is definitely for you.
Click the link in the bio and get the credit guide today. On this page here, you can import your tax documents from the CRA directly to the TurboTax form if you do have access to your CRA account. If you don't, then we're just going to manually do it. All right, now we can start processing your tax return. We're going to start with your income. So as you start putting in your information, it will let you know if you have a refund or if you owe money. If it's red, you owe money. If it's green, it's a refund. So first thing that we're going to start with is a T4. That's your employment income. What you're going to do is look at your T4 and anything that you see on this screen here from your T4, you're just going to transport it from your T4 onto this. First thing you're going to start doing is your employer's name. I usually put the employer's name because if I have multiple jobs in the year, then I want to know which one applies to which. Common areas that you'll be filling out is box 10, which is the province of your employment. 14 is your employment income, CPP contribution, which is 16. 18 EI premiums. Then you have 22, which is income tax deducted. 24 and 26, which is the insurable earnings and pensionable earnings. If you're a part of a union, box 44 you will also be filling out, and if you have a retirement plan, box 52 you will be filling out as well. Those are the most common boxes people fill out when doing their tax return. So see what is on your T4 slip and input those numbers according to the boxes that they fall into. Scroll down to the bottom and you'll see a box that says, will you be claiming any employment expenses due to COVID-19 for home office expense? Answer yes or no depending on the job that you have. So after you fill in your information, now you come to the T4 summary. The T4 summary will show you everything that you entered, and if you look to the left, it will show you if you have a refund or if you owe money. If you forgot to enter anything, you can go back to the previous T4s that you entered and hit edit. If you duplicated something, you can hit delete, or you can add another T4 if you need to. If you're done, hit done T4 so that you can move on. If there are any other T4 like T4A or any other slips where you made income that you need to input, here's a place to do so. You just hit the add button and type in the name of the slip and it should pop up for you. When all said and done, scroll down to the bottom and hit continue. So here they're going to ask if you want to use their service again or have any questions. You can do so here. If not, just hit don't upgrade and then move on. Now let's look into RSPs. If you have RSPs, you're going to hit continue. The next screen that pops up is the RSP calculator. So this will let you know how much of that you can contribute to your RSP without being charged a penalty. If you have anything to enter, hit the add button and fill in the necessary information that the prompt asks for. If you don't, just continue without RSP and move on. Now we move over to deductions. So you're going to hit continue and it's just going to ask a bag of questions again. So here we go. So here this person had a student loan. So if you have student loan interest, this is where you would claim it, and you can claim up to 5 years on your student loan. At the deduction summary page, if you have anything to enter, hit the add button and put your deductions in. So this will show you the provincial, also the federal credits that you'll be receiving or that you receive that go against the amount of money that you paid in taxes. Scroll down to the bottom and hit continue. Now we do some provincial tax credits, so let's go through these. So now it's going to ask questions about where we lived, if any of these credits apply to us. So remember,
Is your credit score trash? Are you tired of collection agencies calling you? Are you tired of being denied bank loans and credit cards? Well, then you're in luck. I have created an ebook that will help you repair, maintain, and leverage your credit. Don't even consider filing bankruptcy before reading this book. If you struggle with fixing your credit, then this book is for you. If you struggle with increasing your credit score, then this book is for you. If you are unsure on how to leverage your credit, then this book is definitely for you.
click the link in the bio and get the credit guide today. That page I told you to read in the beginning with all the new updates, here is the section where you will be able to fill them out. So if you did a staycation in Ontario, then you can claim the staycation tax credit. Any of these that apply to you, make sure you check it off. Next over, we have the Trillium tax credit. So what you need to do is pause the video here, read anything that applies to you. If it doesn't, then move on. Next, you're going to fill out your address for your principal resident and the number of months you're there and how much you paid in either rent or property tax. If you rent, you're going to put who you make the rent payment to. If you own property, you're going to put the city that you live in. Next is the Trillium benefit. So you could either decide to take it in one lump sum or you can get monthly payments. Either or is fine. Once you're done, hit continue. Next is the climate incentive credit. If you lived outside of Toronto or any of these cities, then you click yes. If not, click no and hit continue. On the next page, it will give you a summary of the tax credits or the climate incentive credits. Hit continue, then it will give you a summary of the tax credits. If anything is missing, here's a chance to do so. Just hit the add button above. If not, hit continue and move on. Then you have a chance to review everything, so hit continue for the next slide. Double check all your numbers to make sure everything is correct. If it is, hit continue. If not, go back and fix the numbers. If you're unsure about any of the numbers that you put in, you can have a tax expert review it from TurboTax. If you're confident in the work that you have done, hit no thanks and move on. In the next section, we're going to review warnings. So just read each line to see if anything applies to you. If it doesn't apply to you, just click it and then hit ignore and move on. If it does apply to you, hit applies to me and fill out the necessary information. Before you submit, make sure that your SIN number is correct, your name, your date of birth is all correct. If everything is good, scroll down to the bottom, hit I certify and move on. TurboTax will offer you audit defense. If you do get audited by CRA, it's up to you if you want to take it or not. So now it will allow you to review your numbers before submitting to the CRA. TurboTax will ask you a few more questions. It's pretty self-explanatory, so go through it. And then once you get here, you're ready to file your return. Here they want you to add in some checkout information, but because I don't know why they make you do it. It's free anyways, but you have to fill it out in order to complete the process, but you won't be charged anything, as you can see here. We're at the final stretch. Now you can hit file return. Here it's just asking you how you want to register for CRA online mail. hit continue once you're done. Now you're given two options, to file online or print it and mail it in. Choice is yours. In this video, we're going to file online. So if you scroll down, hit continue. It's going to ask you to review again. If you don't need to review anything, you can hit continue with warnings. And now it will just ask you some terms and conditions to agree to. Hit agree, and now there goes your file. Ta-da! We're done. If you want to get a copy of your tax return, just click through the prompts, and when you see this page, go down to where it says download PDF file, and you can retrieve your file there. Then you're done. You just close out the file, and if you're getting a tax return, wait for it to come direct deposit or in the mail. If you owe the government money, pay before April 31st. That is the deadline. Once again, I'd like to remind you this video is made for educational purposes only. If you're unsure of how to do your taxes, reach out to a tax professional or someone at TurboTax for help. This video was not sponsored by TurboTax. I repeat, this was not sponsored by TurboTax. This is something I just want to do just to show people how simple it is to do your taxes online. I'm your host, Dean the Wealth Coach. Make sure to hit the subscribe button to stay up to date with any videos that I drop. Also, if you guys are interested, I will be running a workshop close to the end of the month. If you are interested, send me a message on Instagram at Dean the Wealth Coach. Send me a DM and let me know that you're interested.